Hey guys, trying to figure out the best way to set this up for my first live in my patio. Let's see here. Hold on. Hi guys. So my grandma just called me to figure out how to say hi on the video. She's old school, so she was calling me to be like, how do I find the live? So that was her. So anyway, I'm here and I'm trying to set up my camera so that you guys can see me and I don't have to hold this while I do some planting here. Okay, maybe this will work. Okay. Maybe a plant can help me from behind my ponytail palm. Okay, so I didn't announce this earlier and I'm sorry, I wish I did, so that people could figure out their schedule and join me on my first live. Let's get my ponytail palm out of the way. Hi guys, welcome to my first live on the channel. I'm here with two of my favorite plants currently right now that is not giving me so much of a headache and I kind of want to fix them. So I have my epiphyllum here and I've been doing some cool stuff with this beautiful baby of mine and I wanted to bring her up here to share on today's live. So this is a very interesting plant to have and I've been doing something cool which I'll share on the main channel in a future video. I am following the process of the life cycle of the blooms. These only come once a year during this time of the year, and last year it bloomed on me for the first time and I totally wished I did something about it, but I'm doing something about it this year. So I wanted to at least bring it here so you guys could see the current status. This is the third bloom and I really am in love with this plant. So it's just hanging out here and doing its thing. The patio now is super light and bright, so that's why I wanted to do my first live today because it's so inviting and relaxing. And I actually have my cup of tea here, so I'm gonna take a sip. Abby and I just went for our afternoon walk. I have no idea how this live works, so bear with me. I may even log off and do this again if I feel like I'm not doing it right. But say something down in the comments so I know somebody's here. I feel like I'm all alone on this end of the world. This is my Monstera adansonii, and I absolutely love this Monstera. And it's wild and crazy, so I thought I'd hang out and hey guys, I thought I'd come on the channel on a live and fix this up. You guys don't want to even know what happened today. Basically I took George out to get him some fresh air and I snapped a photo of him. It'll be on my Instagram later on today, and I left him outside to get some sun and I was moving things around to put him back, and 2 minutes after I walked away from him, do you guys want to guess what happened? Oh my gosh, I'm never gonna forgive myself, but basically it toppled over. He was on a wire plant stand, which he normally isn't. He is normally on a bamboo stand, and what happened was he toppled over and the planter cracked and it was a big episode. George was spewed out like a murder scene and I had to scramble and find another planter to put him in. So with that being said, stay tuned because I filmed the whole situation. It was an awful mess. The patio prior to me coming on here, it was looking crazy. So I wanted to restake my Monstera at Ansoniai, and I'll do another live. And the next live I'll do it during the day so that people who are on the opposite side of the world on a different time zone can hang out with me too, because right now I know a lot of people are sleeping currently on the other side of the world, so I hate to like not include them. So I think what I'm gonna do is maybe get my other stake that I made in my potting bench, and I may take a rooted section out on the bottom here while I have this beautiful plant baby in front of me. I'm telling you guys, this, like, take a look at this. The longest trail is super long. Take a look at that. Crazy, right? So, how's everybody doing? Everybody okay out there? I've been trying to keep you guys entertained, giving you guys daily videos every day. And I like when my channel can provide some kind of escapism, because there's so much stuff happening in the world. I like when you can just turn on my channel and just chill out and hang out. No drama. Okay. Oh my goodness. And I'm thinking I'll look at the smallest trail and then I'll take from it, and I'll show you how I take from it without cutting. Hopefully I don't have to do no cuts. Like, wow, take a look at that. I don't know where Abby is. She's hanging out. She had a very big procedure. I've been talking about it on Instagram and on my channel as well. Okay, let me stand up and get my other steak. Okay, I think I'm going with this one. I made this, which I'm so proud. I think I might be making more soon. I still have a lot of product. It'd be fun to make some new steaks for up and coming plant babies who want to trail up. I think what I'm gonna do is pick the longest trails and then go from there. Where is everybody right now? What city are you guys in right now? Hey babe, you wanna come say hi to the live? Come here. Here's Ebby. You wanna come sit up here? Hang out for a little bit? She's a trooper. Yeah, I know. You're such a good girl. You wanna stay here for a little bit perhaps? She had her dinner and we went for our walk. Okay. I'll make me dinner after this. Are you leaving me? Okay. Wow. It actually rained like pretty heavy if you watched on my vlog channel, and I brought this plant out here. No, baby. Come here. You can't bark. Come here. Come. Come here. Okay. Does anybody have this plant? And let me know, how are you styling your Monstera? How are you styling your Monstera at Ansoniai? Are you guys having it trail down, or are you having it stake up in hopes to get bigger leaves to encourage it to grow bigger? There's two ways to style Monstera at Ansoniai, either on a stake like this. My other Monstera at Ansoniai has smaller leaves and are long and traily, so I just let it trail down on the side of my DIY plant stand. But this particular one, I like having it grow up. Look at this. So I think I have all of its longest trails. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is crazy. Let's see if it likes this DIY stake better than the pre-made one that I bought like years ago. I'll figure out a different plant for that stake. I feel like this monstera deserves my DIY stake. Okay, so I think I figured out which section I'm gonna take from my monstera, and look at that. Wow, world of a difference. So I have my Velcro tape that I like using to stake up and style my plants, because you can just keep reusing them, and if you cut them too short, you can also connect them together and it's not a problem. I've done that many times, especially for George. So now that this is staked up, I'll bring him up so you guys can see what he looks like without ruining the blooms. So here it is, and I think it's much happier now like this. I'm gonna go up on the top and style it a little bit more, but there's one section down here. Where are you? Here it is, this section right here. I'm going to try to take from it. Ebby! I don't know what she's barking at. There's squirrels in the back of my studio in this big tree, and they will fight all the time. I think it's a couple, and every single banter that they have, Ebby goes crazy with them in that tree back there. Okay, wow, look at this. I think what I'm gonna do is stake this top section here to help it. It's crazy, look at this. It's advancing, next level. Cute. I'm so proud of you. You're growing up. Yay! Okay, this is good. I'm so happy that I'm able to do this, because it was hanging from all that new growth. Now, you see this section right here, and I'll take off the brown leaves later. So this section here is the shortest little trail. How cute is that? And I'm gonna go in all the way on the bottom, and I'm basically using my finger to expose the root ball on the bottom as much as I can. And depending on the situation, it might just be able to separate by just a few wiggles. Especially like Hoyas and peperomias, they're very easy to separate that way for propagation. But sometimes if it's like growing in like a Y, you may have to do a cut. So I think I want to do that, because it looks like it's connected to the bigger part of the mother plant. So I'm just going in as far as possible and make a few snips. Hopefully get some roots while I'm at it. I'm kind of nervous because this is the first time that hi, welcome to my first live. I'll be better in the future where I announce it in advance and do it at a better time where people on the opposite side of the road are not sleeping and can tune in. But I like hopping on at this time of day because the patio is like so nice and relaxing right now as the sun goes down and my garden lights are hanging above me, and it's just like my favorite time of the day. So it's just a very relaxing moment for me before I make something to eat and get to editing. Ooh, okay. So I'm basically doing this to the bottom of the root ball, and I'm trying to get as much of the roots as possible. Okay, it's coming. I feel like I'm tickling its legs, you know? Okay, I think we have somebody willing and able to separate from its mommy. Oh my goodness. I did it. Its first rooted section. How cute is that? It's perfect. Cute. So now, oh no, we have a runaway. Did I forget about you? Okay. Let's see. Without losing everything up here. Okay. I think you're good. All you just need is a little bit more soil and you're golden. What do you guys think? Does it look better? This plant goes in and out of my studio and my patio, and so far so good. This is my second Monstera Adansonii, and I like this plant a lot. I will do a philodendron collective video in the future. I'm so upset. I should actually, you know, hop on here for a future live and talk about the recent plants that have died on me since this lockdown. It's kind of upsetting, but my pink princess philodendron is officially dead, and it just makes me sad because that was a very expensive plant. Also, my philodendron squamiferum also died, which was also a very expensive plant. So I've been kind of upset with those few philodendrons that are very, very expensive, not doing good in my space for X, Y, and Z reasons. Okay, I think I like what it currently looks like. I see like a few more sections that I wish I could bring up, like right here. It gets a little bit crazy. If I could bring it up here, perhaps. This is where I wish my grandma was here, and hopefully she's hanging out on the live with us, and she can be this extra set of hands to help me as I restake this plant. Plant life right now is like, it's crazy right now. Plant life right now is crazy. Plants are expensive, and it's a thing now, especially since with the lockdown. I feel like plant life, a lot of different people are getting more involved in plant life. And I think no matter what year, whether it's in the 60s, 70s, 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, plant life is always going to be around. Like, it's never going to die. It'll never be out of style, which is very interesting. Okay, I think I like you. You look great. What do you guys think? Here it is. Looks good. All right, now I want to do something with this. Now I'm thinking I might put this in a Leica setup. I think that might be fun to see. And I have one already, ready to go. Let me go and get it. Here it is, in a plastic planter. Let me just take some out. And I'll soak this whole thing in water after this live. Take a look at that. Isn't that so cute? It's perfect. Anybody out there growing anything in leca, doing semi-hydro? Am I the only one? I know it's becoming a thing now. I know it was mostly orchid life people doing that leca, and now like the houseplant community is getting into this type of medium, which is fun to experiment with. I know for like my variegated pothos and joy and marble queen pothos, they love being in this semi-hydro. I struggle with my variegated pothos in regular soil for some reason, but it does really good in leca. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy I did that. What do you guys think? Oh, it's all grown up. I took a baby from it. A few of my subscribers had purchased cuttings from this Monstera Adansonii. So if you guys want cuttings, or this one if you want, I'm willing to sell it off to you guys, which is fun to see this Monstera go to different homes. But I felt like it was like the perfect time to take from it, and hopefully, cross fingers, I'll do good with this one. But my plan for this is I'll take this under the sink. I'll let all of the walls, I'll get all of the leca balls to get wet, and after that I'll probably soak the leca again, maybe in a week, maybe 5 to 6 days, depending. I'll check on it, because this particular Monstera, say for instance, compared to maybe like a peperomia that's a little bit more rubbier, a little bit more chubby, and on the rubbery side, those, they hold water longer. But something like this, where it's more of a finicky plant, you don't really want to do like 8 days, depending on where you keep it. But here it is. Look at this. So basically, the cool thing about semi-hydro is, from what I read and from my experiences, it doesn't attract bugs. And for my place in Santa Monica, when it gets super hot, sometimes I get gnats, but it's very rare. And if anything, they show up in the bathroom, and maybe last summer I seen about 5, no more than that. So supposedly, doing semi-hydro, you are avoiding attracting bugs. It's cleaner and reusable. Of course, with my soil, if you watch my Sansevieria collective video, I have a lot of Sansevierias, and my grandma and I did planting with Jewelyn, where we took all of the Sansevierias out and we like redid the soil, put more worm castings in it, and just kind of spruce up the soil. I like to do that very rare because I don't like to disturb the plant, but all those things attracts bugs, you know. So the cool thing about leca is you can reuse it. So yeah, it has a really bonsai feeling. I know, it's cute actually. I'm glad I did it because it was kind of hiding on the bottom. And look at it. This is a good size. This is a good size baby. I'm so proud. I don't know where I'm gonna put it. Maybe I'll put it like, oh my goodness. Maybe the next live we can talk about everything currently on my plant stand with my grow light. I think that would be fun to go through on a live, because that particular plant stand with my grow light has a lot of cuttings, some for my subscribers, some for my plant friends, and just some from my collection that are either in leca, water, and a few I'm looking here in soil, but they kind of rotate. It's a fun plant shelf. I like to change it up every now and then. But you can reuse this medium. So you can, first of all, to use them to start with, you can pre-soak them. Some people like to pre-soak them overnight, 24 hours. In this case, mine are not pre-soaked, but it's okay. I'll let it run over in the water. I can also have it sit in a tub of water too. I wasn't expecting to put it in leca when I hit record on this live, but here we are, and I think it's fine. And I also like to, when I fertilize my plant babies, I'll fertilize the same way with this. Once you reuse it, it's super easy. You can, some people like to boil their Leica balls to get all of whatever out so that when they use it on a new plant, nothing's being transferred over if there's anything bad to carry on to the next plant. So to clean it basically. But I have so many Leica that I've never had to clean it, which is definitely a behind the scenes of plant life. But I will keep you guys posted on the channel to see how this one goes. I think it's so cute actually. I mean, I would love to stake it up like this, but I think for now we'll just leave it like this and have it trail down. Also, anybody out there watching right now that have ever preserved any kind of blooms? Because I am experimenting this time around with my epiphyllum, which is right here. We'll have it come up so I can showcase and be part of the live. Here it is. Hi. So my beautiful epiphyllum. This thing is such a rad plant. And for my collection, I don't have a lot of plants that bloom. My Hoyas bloom, my Compacta, my Bella. I'm trying to think if there's any other Hoyas that have ever bloomed on me. I don't think so. And besides this, maybe a few of my Ripsalises. Uh, and hi guys, thanks for coming. I'll make an announcement like earlier in advance next time, like in a couple of days, so you can be sure to be able to hop on when I log on. And at a time where everybody can be here no matter where you are in the world, because right now a lot of people are sleeping. But I am preserving the blooms, and I have been filming for the channel the process of me preserving them. And I would love to actually put the bloom in resin. That is like my ultimate goal. But that DIY and resin and all of that is a whole nother part of plant life where you're preserving blooms and things like that. But because I don't have a lot of blooms, I don't want to really get into resin, and it's like an art. Over time you get better at it. There's a lot of fails and it's expensive. So one other plant that gives me cute blooms is my crown of thorns. Now, do you see these cute little blooms? These have a longer, I want to say like shelf life. It has a longer lifespan than this beautiful epiphyllum bloom. The epiphyllum bloom lasts maybe a day and a half, max 2 days. That's pretty much it. And it's really sad, but beautiful at the same time. This plant here, I'll spin it around so you guys can see, has so many potential blooms. And when I purchased the plant, there was all this sections cut off, which makes me upset that the nursery sold me this plant like this, where, I mean, if you're gonna propagate from the plant, cut lower. Like, why did they just cut up here? It is so ugly. And to take from like the whole, every single section of the plant, if you guys can see that, that just irritates me. Never do this if you propagate, okay? Never. But there's a lot of blooms here. So do you see this? All these potential blooms that are gonna be opening up for me soon. And here it gets really active at night. There's 2 more blooms that'll fully open up tomorrow. So I am documenting this for my Meet My Plant Friend series again, showing the whole life cycle of this. But I'll just bring up, I won't open it up because I want to save it for the video that I'm filming for this project. I am preserving the blooms. So these are the first 2. And if you watched my, or if you follow me on Instagram, I had posted a picture of me with the first 2 blooms of this beautiful plant. And after I took that photo, I decided to do this special project. because last year it gave me so many blooms and I never did anything about it. I just let it die and do its thing, and that was really sad. But it's in here in the process of getting preserved, and stay tuned. I think by the time this video does go live of me preserving the blooms, maybe it'll be in 3 weeks, so it's just a little sneak peek. I don't want to disturb it, but my plan for this is I'm going to take these out tomorrow. These have been sitting actually fully covered from yesterday, but the top portion of the bloom is already dried, and it's just this back section of the bloom that is super thick here. So if you see this section, this is the last section that's trying to dry out, so I just have that part pretty much hidden in the silica gel. So I'm really excited to share my journey with doing this. This is the first time I've ever hi, thanks for hopping on my live. So this is just my little behind the scenes project, and I am documenting me preserving all of the blooms as they come through the plant. I will keep them on the plant for a day and a half, and then I'll take it off and preserve it, because after that, if I don't, the bloom will die and I can't save it. So this is really fun. And let me know if you guys are into drying flowers, pressing flowers. Like this particular bloom, I think will be very hard to press and dry it that way. I think this option of silica gel for preserving, oh yeah, it actually matches. Oh no, it actually matches. I caught it, guys. Please don't have a plant fail again this season. This actually, I'll bring it in another. There we go. No mistakes. On a sturdier stem. You guys don't even know what happened to George earlier today. Here we go. Yeah, I didn't realize that this is matching me. That's kind of funny. Somehow matching my plants. So anyway, let me know in the comments down below if any of you are into preserving your blooms that you have, whether it's from your plants or also, I know, you guys don't want to even know what happened to George. I filmed it, but he fell down today and his planter broke, and it was a hot mess in the patio, and I was like, it was a struggle. The struggle was real, but I like to share the good and the bad sides of plant life, because it's not always picture perfect, right? And I always like to share my plant fails too. But I'm looking forward, guys, and let me know in the comments, what do you guys think I should do with the blooms? Like, how should I style it? You know, I'm thinking like, George is okay. He's now split in two, because you'll see it on the channel maybe in 3 weeks, because right now what you see on the channel is filmed 3 weeks ago. So probably the content I filmed today won't go up in another 3 weeks. It was a situation, and now that I took him out to put him into a planter, he has maybe about 8 sections, huge sections, and I now have him in 2 planters because I need to get another big planter to put him in, which is very unfortunate. I took the red Congo out, which you can see right there in the background. So the red Congo got pulled out, and George is now living in the red Congo's planter. And the planter that I had my one section of George left after I did the gifting my friend the part of George, Diana. She's not a plant friend, so I can't say plant friend. She's my bestie that I gave her a plant. There is one part of George left in that planter. So basically the red Congo now is in that planter, and the other half of George is in a planter that one of my Sansevieras was in before. So it's a hot mess, but I may do with what I have. And now I think 4 sections of George is living in a separate planter, and then the rest of him is back there in the red Congo planter. It was a hot mess. You guys you'll see in like 3-4 weeks what happened. This whole patio was like a murder scene. There was soil everywhere. It was a hot mess. But anyway, I am interested in your thoughts on how I should style these blooms once they're all dried. I think they're gonna look super cute, and I would also like to do that for my Hoya compacta as well. I think uh, I think it's gonna look super cool. I think if I can save the blooms on my Hoya compacta, because they were, when I had got my Hoya compacta, it was in full bloom, and I really wish I had saved it because I think it was super special. I think there must have been at least 10 different sections in bloom. Hi, thanks for hopping on. So that is my goal for this epiphyllum. I would like to preserve the blooms, and in the meantime, as these are preserving, I'll take these ones out tomorrow, and then I will take this from the plant tomorrow to preserve. And then, you know, I think I have at least 10 more, so I'll have like maybe 10 to 12 preserved blooms, and I kind of want to like style it. Like, I would love to resin it, but I've never done resin before. So since I have never done resin before and I don't want to screw up on it with these blooms, I think I might maybe put it in maybe a shadow box. I don't know. I have some time to think about it. I'll think about it over the next upcoming days. Message me if you guys have any ideas on how I should store the blooms once I'm all done with it. Because I think it's just such a special plant, and because my collection, I don't have a lot of blooms coming through. Most of them just are green and leafy. It's nice to be able to preserve this, and this plant is like clockwork. Last year, Mother's Day week, it started to bloom like this. So I think it's a special time to, you know, get excited for Mother's Day week, that being a plant mom, I can have a gift of these beautiful blooms that really last for a day and a half to max 2 days. But I'm really excited for you guys to see the video of me experimenting with these blooms. And also, I would love to pick these blooms off and preserve them as well. And I think I will do that for my next live. I think the next time I come on here for a live, I'll try to do it in the middle of the day or mid-morning, so that people on the opposite side of the world can hop onto the live too. These crown of thorn blooms, they have a longer shelf life, so their life cycle hangs out longer. I mean, sometimes I think they can hang out for 2 weeks or even more. So before they start going bad, yes, before the blooms go bad, I would like to try to preserve it, and I think it'd be fun. Like, look at how cute and tiny these blooms are, and also from a few of my Tradescantias in bloom. So that'll be like a fun project that I can do for another live. But I wanted to hop on here. Look, do you guys see the patio? How the lights, like, it's such an ambiance out here. Hop on here with my favorite Egyptian tea. Evie's hanging out in her bed in the studio. We went for a walk. This is like my favorite time of the day. Truly it is. I have this space open up right now, but when I film my spring plant tour, which I know I've been saying on my channel for a long time, spring tour coming soon, I have a few more planting with Jewelyns. Hi, I have a few more planting with Jewelyns because I have been getting a lot of plant babies from my subscribers and plant friends, and a lot of my succulents I had pulled off from the shelf. Yes, yes, I love the patio. I can just sit out here. The other night, let me finish what I was gonna say, and I'll tell you what happened the other night. There's a lot of succulents that I pulled out in a recent clean with me, which I'm gonna have to edit that video soon for my succulent shelf. So succulents can get long and leggy. Sometimes I like the look, and sometimes I feel like, okay, it's time to get pulled off and like redone, propagated, go back in the greenhouse, come back out for another season when they're ready. So there's a bunch of plant babies sitting in front of my greenhouse that I need to do a planting with Jewelyn on just the life cycle of the succulents and how to keep them and not throw them away if they start looking a little ugly. So I have maybe about 20 of them I want to fix up, and I have a bunch of plant cuttings and plant babies from my plant friends and subscribers that I need to do a planting with Jewelyn, setting them up either to come out for the plant tour for spring or in my greenhouse, which is currently filled with a lot of plant babies, which I think I also did. I filmed a clean with me for the greenhouse, so that'll go up in the future. I need to do those videos first, and then once I see all of my empty planters in my collection that are not being used, I want to do one last clean with me, which is going to be a clean with me organizing my planters on the left side of my potting bench. And then I will be ready to film my spring 2020 plant tour. I'm gonna bring out my Tiffany blue table that I use a lot for my videos, and I will bring it out and you'll be able to see it in the center of the patio for the spring tour, because normally it sits in the center, and um, I like to eat and edit and things like that. Literally, this Tiffany blue table, guys, I always say on my channel, I love thrifting, I love vintage. Everything in my patio for the most part is thrifted or vintage. My Tiffany blue table, I think I got for maybe $10 or something like that, and I sprayed it Tiffany blue. So it's like my working table. So that'll come out and I'll be ready to do the plant tour. And it was crazy the other day. Two gardeners were here to trim the big tree in front of the studio, which is not blocking my studio, but I can see it from my window. And I asked them kindly to trim the bougainvillea that is hanging over the walkway right here. And when they were doing that, I asked them kindly with a nice smile to come into the patio if they could and trim all of this up here, because I talk about it all the time that this tree is a thorn to my side. It was hanging super low, so it was a situation, and I think I had maybe 5 minutes to pull the babies off of the patio and into my home before it gets toppled over, and the rest pretty much got covered with leaves and branches and everything from this tree. But they were super nice. They trimmed the section right in front of the gate, so now a lot of light can come through this way, and they trimmed a lot of this section up here so light can come this way. So actually yesterday was my first time in the patio where it was very light and airy, and that inspired me to come on here to do a live at this hour, because now with my garden lights going across and all of this open air and space, it's really nice and relaxing, and I want to be able to share that with you guys, and also to come on here to just hang out and let you guys know that I appreciate all of you, and for always you know, spending some part of your day every day to hop on the channel and watch my daily uploads. And I hope to inspire you every day to wake up and do the best you can. That's pretty much all you can do, right? And this space has been really a blessing to me to be able to have. Okay. This space here, guys, like, trust me, I am so thankful I have this patio with this self-isolation lockdown. I am so blessed that I can come out here. I can work out, do Pilates and yoga out here. I can come out here and hang with the plants. I can drink tea. I can come out here and edit my videos and not be stuck in some stuffy apartment. My previous apartments were always like on a second floor. I maybe had a small patio or no patio at all. So this is really nice. And my apartment in Las Vegas had a small patio, but it's Vegas, so the weather gets really bad and you can only be outside in your patio for maybe 3 to 4 months of the year. Other than that, like, you don't want to be outside. So this space has been a really big blessing to be able to have, to be in isolation. Currently right now in LA. Hi. Cool. Yeah, I haven't been in Kona for a long time. I'm trying to think if I have posted a picture of me in Kona eating shave ice on my 200th episode. But I would probably go back to Kona for shave ice the next time I go home to visit, because I believe my childhood shave ice spot, Kawates in Hilo, they closed down right before I came back home. So my best friend drove me all the way out to Kona for shave ice there. So I'll probably go back there for shave ice next time I visit the Big Island. My grandma's there right now, and hopefully she's tuning in. She's not very tech savvy, so I hope that she's able to join us right now on the live. But yeah, my goal is to get this spring 2020 plant tour filmed before the month ends, and whatever you guys always see on the channel was filmed from 3 weeks ago, and doing daily uploads, I always forget what's on the channel currently. But I wanted to hop on here and show you my beautiful blooms, and tomorrow these will open up. Look at how pretty. Yeah, I miss plant shopping, but at the same time, yeah, my grandma's super awesome. And by the way, guys, speaking of which, my grandma has gotten the material from me, all my plant print material left over from our projects for the channel, and she has made over 40 masks, and she's gonna be sending it in the mail back to me this week, and I'll be able to sell them. It is a fundraiser for my grandma. I would love to give all of the profit that I make off of the sales straight back to my grandma to help her pay for her rent. I think that would be really nice for me and my channel to do for all of the time she's been on the channel, especially like right now with the lockdown. Like, I think that'd be really nice to do for my grandma. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'll be able to like rock one too. It'd be so cute. The plant prints are super cute. And she'll be on this week's weekend check-in, and she'll share what they look like. But I'm really proud of my grandma for putting in that work. So stay tuned for that. If you guys are interested, reach out to me on a DM, Planting with Jewelyn on Instagram, if you guys want a mask. And it's going to be so cute. I can't wait. And even my mom has been crazy with the sewing different masks too. She has like masks for every hour of the day, from working to nightlife. She has a mask for every occasion. So yeah, that's kind of it. I do everything by hand. But anyway, we are coming into 48 minutes on the live. Is there any questions you guys want me to answer? And I'm trying to see how I can see all of your questions here. Actually, Mason, oh, okay, cool. You know what? I wish I had a 3D printer. That'd be so cool. I don't have a 3D printer, but that would be really cool. You can do some cool stuff, and that's like a whole nother avenue of DIY life, which I really love DIYs. My plans for this apple fire loan, guys, I will put more soil on it so that it doesn't do that again. But that was my fault. You know, I had it on my ottoman where it's like squishy, and it usually stays on this planter that my plant friend Sonia gave me for my birthday. It's more steadier. But the situation is crazy in the patio with George. I cannot believe that happened to me. I actually was gonna go on the live and have you guys watch me struggle with the situation, but I thought I'd just make a video because I like to like be able to sit down and have a conversation in a live versus you guys just watching me and not being able to have some kind of face-to-face conversation. So let me know in the comments if you guys would like another live at this time of day. As you see, the patio is like super vibey right now. I don't post on Etsy because Etsy takes fees. So it's better if you want anything from me to DM me on Instagram, on my Planting with Jewelyn Instagram. I do Venmo and PayPal family and friends to avoid fees, and we can have a conversation and I can send you pictures on what you're looking for and do the transaction that way. And it's faster and easier, and it doesn't cost me fees, and it's cheaper all around. So like, yeah, Etsy, maybe in the future I will do that maybe, but right now I'm just doing PayPal family and friends and Venmo. So DM me, and I like being able to have conversations too with you guys to make sure you guys want the exact plant you're looking for. I am able to have you choose before I box it up and send it to you. So it's a little bit more personal when we can do the transaction that way. And you can also send me back pictures of the plant baby setup. But yeah, cheers to my first live. And I've never done live before, so I have to figure out, because I think if I turn the camera this way, I have to do it another way, unless I do it from my laptop, if I go on a live from my laptop. But right now I have you guys on my phone, and with my ponytail palm having to be my support system behind me. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If there's any questions, I would love to answer them now. If not, you can leave them in the comments, because I guess this live will just stay up on my channel. And in the future, I would like to do another live maybe mid-morning, so that other people on the opposite side of the world are able to join in, and not at this time of the day when they're sleeping. So if you guys enjoyed this live, let me know in the comments. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and stay tuned for my DIY of this preserving my blooms. I've never done this before, so this is going to be a very fun project for me to do. I love DIYs. What's my favorite peperomia lately? Ooh, that's a good question. I love my peperomia Hope because it's chunky. Yay! Yeah, I love my peperomia Hope, but at the same time, I'll bring it down here so you guys can see. I'll bring one of my most prized peperomias. Let's move this on the side and not heavy topple. Okay. So here's one of my most prized peperomia obtusifolia variegata. Super cool plant, and these baby rubber plants are very easy. I rarely see this variegation. I do have a marbled one, a few marbled variegated ones of the peperomia obtusifolia in my greenhouse, doing really good. But here, I'll bring it up so you can see just how full and lush. Here it is. Look at how beautiful this plant is. I have it staked up on this bamboo stake, but I'm pretty sure if I take it out, at one point it was living its life spewed out. It would be crazy. And I can also take cuttings and sections from this plant. So if you are interested in this peperomia, reach out to me. Also, you can propagate from a leaf with this peperomia. So that's another cool thing. You can cut it right here in the center and then stick it into soil here and in this cut section down here. And if you're lucky, you'll be able to get a new plant baby off of this particular peperomia. Also, oh, I have another peperomia that I like anything variegated. And as far as for, oh, my peperomia ruby cascade, I'll bring that down. Let me see. Yeah, this is such a fun plant. I'll bring another peperomia so you guys can see. But take a look at it. It's big. Let me bring another one. Here's another one. Ooh, I like this time of day. The patio is really cozy at this hour. So this is my peperomia ruby cascade. I have a few babies growing in the greenhouse. And yeah, I love the patio. So I wanted to hop on here at this hour to share the vibes with you guys. But this is my peperomia ruby cascade. So if you love the string of hearts, this is kind of like if the peperomia and the string of hearts had a baby, you would get this plant right here, peperomia ruby cascade. It's a very fun plant. To untangle it is a headache. So I try to be very good with this plant. And I got this in Santa Barbara with my grandma. But it's a very dainty, cutesy plant here. And other than that, hey, I can go on and on with peperomias. My peperomia collection is really big, and they're very easy propagators. They propagate either by cuttings, or you can take it by separating it from just the root ball. It'll just separate by itself if you take it apart, very easy. But yeah, this is one of my beautiful peperomias. Abby, come here. Abby's going crazy. Here it is. Also, want to show you guys one more thing. And then I'll say bye because Abby's going crazy. Cool. Come, babe. Come here. Can you come here? Come. This is my beautiful variegated string of hearts. It's doing really good. I just sold a rooted section of this to a subscriber. But yeah, look at it. It's super cool. Actually, I have 3 variegated string of hearts. My big mother plant in my bathroom is variegated with green and cream. And then I have my string of hearts that's variegated with 2 shades of green. And then I have this like tricolor variegated that is like very Instagrammable. That's doing really good. Yeah. Come, Abby. You want to come say hi? Come here. Let me go and grab her. Come here. Come, baby. Come sit here. Okay, you want to come sit on the ottoman. Here she is, guys. Here's Ebster. Alright, so I'm gonna say bye here for now because it's almost been an hour since I've been on the live, and I want to make me some dinner. But I wanted to hop on here to thank you guys so much for supporting the channels. It's been really awesome. I hit 200 episodes for the vlog channel, and the main channel has been hitting a lot of milestones. But leave some positive comments down below. My grandma's brother, who has been dealing with prostate cancer, passed away on Friday, and that's actually why she went home to go and see him in the beginning of March. And today is my papa's 2-year anniversary of his passing. So my grandma's been dealing with a lot, and sewing these masks has been keeping her occupied and busy, which is, I think, the best thing for her right now because she's home in Hilo on the Big Island by herself. So it's just been a very emotional week for her and our family. But yesterday was Mother's Day, and I was really working a lot of long hours to get my Mother's Day video up on the channel for yesterday's special video. I wanted to do something special for my mom and grandma this Mother's Day because I haven't seen them in a long time because of the lockdown. But I will be going back to Las Vegas maybe at the end of the month for work. We'll see. But you guys can find me on the vlog channel because I'm vlogging every day, and you get to see what my life is like behind the scenes. And I will hop on here sometime soon, maybe at a different hour, so that more people can join me, and I'll give you guys an advance notice so that you are able to join the live. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and stay tuned because these beautiful blooms are just, they're like the most precious thing in my collection, and I cannot believe I randomly wore the same color as them. And I'm looking forward to see how my DIY skills go with these blooms here. And Abby, you want to say bye? She's getting really antsy right now, but she's doing good. She lost 11 teeth in her procedure, and her fur will grow back on her leg. Yes. It'll be really nice if you guys can support my grandma with her mask, and I would love to be able to help raise enough on this fundraiser to help her pay her rent. I think that is like the best gift I could do to give her back for all of the time she's been on my channel, taking care of the plants and Abby while I travel. And I think it's also nice that she can keep busy right now during this time of losing her brother and my papa's 2-year anniversary of his passing today. So I'll see you guys soon. It's been an hour now on the live. I'll try to do my next live for another hour so you guys can hang out with us. And let me know if you want to see a live in a different part of the studio, or do you guys like being in the patio? I know for me, like, look at this. It's like the perfect vibe here, and I'm by the fountain, so I wanted to do my first live here. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And Abby's doing great. After her procedure, I was really nervous, and I'll see you guys later. Say bye, Abby. Bye, guys. Have a good night.